Afede ina Anhusi Dakota, Dakota Camacho, and I'm a Chamorro artist. I started in art as a young person. My family had a cultural dance group in the 90s called the Hafide Island Dance Troupe on an island called Sakalechi. That's what it's called by the Swinomish and Shwadab, who are the native peoples of that place. And right now it's momentarily known as Oak Harbor, Washington. So that was my first place of experiencing the way that art and culture can work together to tell our stories and connect us to our land and our ancestors and to the Creator, to God. I think the first thing that I notice as an artist is the time when you're actually say, I'm gonna be alone and I'm gonna work on this creative process. You know, even if you're collaborating with others, for me, there's a feeling that arises of connection. Sometimes I describe writing to people less like I'm writing my thoughts down and more like I'm quieting myself and preparing myself to listen to words, to vibrations that are from beyond, from my ancestors, you know, from the Minyaina, from Idahululu, from the Creator. And I just record those moments of reflection, those moments of connection. You know, I think about it as I'm writing down what I'm hearing, more so than I think about writing down my thoughts. I find that when I write down my thoughts, sometimes they're not as pretty, sometimes they don't sound as good, and sometimes there's more ego involved, you know? And that's something that I try to stay away from in my writing. Last week, Prutehi Letetzen, Savertidian asked me to come and perform at their direct action, calling the community's attention to what the US military is doing up in Anderson. Movement organizing is the context in which I first got into making music. And so it was a beautiful thing for me, because at that action, you know, I was shouting out different things that rhymes that were what the protest was calling for, you know? Asking the Guam EPA to do their job, you know, to stop open burn pits, deny the permits, you know, and then also, you know, passing on the teachings that I think are really beautiful about who we are as Chamorro people, right? For example, like getting people to say all life is sacred, you know? And so for me, that is what it is to be a storyteller. Well, the culture is life. So, you know, the basic values of our culture, Inafa Malik, is to make it good for everybody. That's actually just what we need on planet Earth right now, you know? The way that the society is structured right now, the oppressive society is structured right now, is putting all of our life at risk, all life on the planet, you know? Lucky for us, we come from a culture that is rooted in wisdom, rooted in reciprocity, rooted in balance with nature, with the land, with each other. And not only that, but there's beautiful potential that we've yet to unlock inside of our culture. And that's what really excites me, is as we deepen our understanding of who we are, as we look at the philosophies and the possibilities of these philosophies, there's just such beautiful potential that I could see. I think that all of the social issues that we're facing right now have solutions inside of the culture. And there's beauty and possibility waiting for us, you know, the closer we get to that. I'm inspired by everybody that is saying every word that they can, you know, in Fino Chamorro. I'm inspired by everybody who is learning everything that they can, that is creating beautiful things, like the carvers are really going off right now. Poets, I'm really inspired by the language speakers and teachers who are, you know, sharing the culture with our people, and that's where I really try to focus my attention. What are the beautiful things that we're doing, you know? And so I think that what you pay attention to grows. You know, that's a beautiful statement that I learned from Adrienne Marie Brown and Emergent Strategy, which is a book that she wrote about movement organizing. And so I try to put my attention on the beautiful things that are happening. Hafadai, Guahu si Dakota Camacho, za Natmaguf na Senior Zusumau Gi KUAM Culture Club.